The silence in a 200-square-meter living room in Oakville is the loudest thing I've ever heard. I was sitting on the cold marble floor, surrounded by envelopes stamped with final notice. 6 months ago, I was the CEO of Sterling Logistics. Today, I don't have money to pay for the heating in the middle of an Ontario winter. My golf friends? Gone. My husband, the man who promised in sickness and in health. He sent me the divorce papers through an intern. When my world collapsed, everyone walked away, except the last person I ever expected to find at my gate. My name is Sarah Miller. For 20 years, my identity was my success. I lived in the most prestigious area of Oakville. My routine was filled with meetings in Toronto, charity dinners, and the unshakable feeling that I was untouchable. I had friends who loved me, as long as I was paying for the $500 wine. The fall wasn't a stumble, it was an explosion. Internal fraud in the company that I didn't see, or chose not to see. Within 90 days, I lost controlling interest, my assets were frozen, and my name was dragged through the mud in the Globe and Mail. Public humiliation in a small community like ours is a social death sentence. February in Ontario is brutal. Without heating, I wore 3 coats inside the house. I stared at my phone, and no one called. I was radioactive. Then, one snowy afternoon, I heard a knock at the door. It wasn't a lawyer. It was Mr. Higgins. Mr. Higgins was a 75-year-old Scottish immigrant who took care of neighborhood gardens. I barely knew his name when I was wealthy. He was holding a thermos of soup and a plaid wool blanket. Mrs. Miller. I noticed the smoke from your chimney hasn't been coming out for 2 days. No one should feel cold in Canada. He didn't give me money, he didn't have any. But he gave me dignity. He taught me how to fix things. We started cleaning basements and organizing garages for seniors in Hamilton just to earn the basics. Me, the former CEO, now carrying boxes for strangers. And strangely, for the first time in decades, I was breathing. Today, I live in a small apartment in Burlington. I no longer have the marble, but I have peace. Mr. Higgins passed away last year, but he left me his greatest gift, the understanding that a woman's worth isn't in what she owns, but in what she can rebuild from the ashes. The world walked away from me, and it was the best thing that ever happened. I finally found myself.